I had my baby when I was 40 years old.
Stop putting excuses on everything that you're doing right now, especially right now when we're in a reunion with a bunch of women. Everything we hear around is, oh my God, it's so hard to lose weight. And as older as we get like so many excuses. Like it could be too much work, it could be the weather, it could be anything you want to talk about. And then one of the most common that I hear a lot is like, oh my God, I haven't lost my weight since my baby. And then you're just talking and you ask, how old is your baby? And all of a sudden, those kids are already 31, 40. So you've been using your baby as your excuse forever. So that's why here I am with Miss Amy Windsor. I'm thrilled to have her here with me. Welcome here.
Oh,
Welcome to
thank
the
you.
podcast.
Thank you so much. It's a pleasure, an honor really to be here and, being able to get, our message out and, so happy that, you asked me to do this.
I'm so happy you're here, and especially because I admire her 100%. I remember the first day I met her, we were going for a workout, and then I'm like just meeting her a little, and then she goes, "Oh yeah, I had my baby 1 month ago." I was like, wait a second, where's the baby? What baby are you talking about? So I would love her to show us how easy and how graceful you can take all your pregnancy and how amazing you can look after. So just so you know, her baby's 18 months right now.
Yeah, she is.
So tell us, how did you walk through your pregnancy and what maintained you as good as you always look?
Well, it's very nice again to be here and just to kind of piggyback on what you mentioned of how we met. So you were working at a gym, and when I was, postpartum, I could not wait, to get cleared by the doctor. I remember calling him like a week after delivery and asking him, can I, do some sort of physical, fitness, activity because I just was not feeling like myself. And he was like, no, wait until our appointment. You can't do anything. Just wait. And so that was, really hard for me. So I had my appointment. It was my 6 weeks postpartum. And I remember, looking up, different ways to get back into shape. And this gym came up, and I remember going, and I was so nervous because it was something new. I hadn't been, exercising for, 6 weeks. And so I went and really wanted to challenge myself. And that's, how I met Danny.
Well, I mean, it started amazing because you wouldn't tell her physical. She was physically great. She was looking amazing. She didn't look, she had delivered a baby. And like her strength, she didn't lose anything. And then, like, getting to know her a little bit better, I know you are very good and very educated on what you eat. So what were you eating while you were during your pregnancy and after?
Right.
Because of course now you're thinking about yourself and about the baby.
Absolutely. So just to give you a little bit of, background on me, I am 42 years old. I had my baby when I was 40 years old.
Of course, 42. Look at her. Where? I always tell her, you're in your 20s, girl.
You're so sweet. And so, my main goal was always to have a healthy pregnancy. So during my pregnancy, I really listened to my body. I continued, to work out throughout my pregnancy, but also, there were days that I just could not. And that was okay too. Maybe it would just be a walk or just walking around the mall or, just something to get myself, out of the house when I wasn't feeling my best. As far as, the foods go, I try to pretty much eat the same way as I did before getting pregnant. I, of course, I didn't deprive myself of anything. If I, my favorite um, is Cold Stone. On the days that I wanted, Cold Stone, I would have it. But for the most part, I try to, eat, as I did, before getting pregnant.
So what's your day as Amy? When you wake up, what would be breakfast for you?
So after meeting you, and we've had a lot of good discussions on health and nutrition. I try to incorporate protein into every meal that I have, and that's, including breakfast. Sometimes I'll have these protein pancakes. I'm all about fast, convenient, and nutritious.
Nutritious, yes.
Um, so I'll, have these pancakes. I'll have some fruit. Usually it's some blueberries or strawberries, maybe half of a banana, sometimes some yogurt, egg whites, omelets, things like that. I mean, I'm pretty basic. I pretty much eat the same thing, pretty consistently.
Consistently, I like that word.
Yes. And if I like something, I can pretty much eat it every single day.
So that's an advantage you
Hmm.
have. So, what would be your lunch or dinner? What's your go-to when you're at home?
So lunch for the most part is usually a salad, and again, with a protein, or maybe a sandwich, tuna, turkey, and maybe a few chips on the side. Like I said, I don't really like to restrict myself too much. I'm all about, portion control, a healthy balance. Really, that's, what my main goal is for eating.
I know you have a sweet tooth.
I do.
What do you choose when you have that craving of sweet?
So that's been the challenging part, because around 4 o'clock I like to have my snack, and usually it's something sweet. What I've been trying to have lately is like a Greek yogurt. Maybe I'll like melt like a few chocolate chips on top. Sometimes I'll reach for like a protein bar, or any type of, protein cookie, something to just, give into my
To distract you a little
yes,
bit.
yes, absolutely.
Great, that's amazing. What does your baby eat?
So she, I always try to incorporate healthy meals for her as well. For example, today she had, when I came back from the gym, I made a smoothie for myself, and I also made one for her. We'll cook a lot at home, make homemade pancakes, French toast. She likes protein, so she likes ground chicken, ground turkey.
Amazing. So you
Hmm.
are an example of her.
Yes,
And that's
yes,
what this is all about. Like our kids look on us and they would do what you're doing, right? If you're eating healthy, if you're exercising, they'll start copying exactly what you're doing without having to tell them. So that's something amazing. And you mentioned when you came back, so I know you're a pretty busy, so you're a mom,
right.
you run your business, and on top of that, you have time to go to the gym. How do you manage that?
So it's not always easy. I try to balance it all. I always feel like I have a million, balls juggling in the air. Some days they all feel like they're in the air floating perfectly, and then some days they feel like they're just all falling down, and I just have to embrace, that mess. I mean, I just honestly, I do the best that I can. Like I said, I'm pretty scheduled. I'm pretty much a routine type of person. So
So you organize your days.
right. So, I make it, a priority. For me, being able to go to the gym is allowing me to, show up being, that best version of the wife that I want to be, the mother that I want to be, the therapist, that I want to be. So for me, I make a joke sometimes when, I'm going through, difficulties and challenges. I say to my husband, I'm like, I'll be here for 3 hours, and so he knows, that I'm, having a tough day and struggling, but it really, is my place where I can just, let it all out, and kind of work through whatever it is that I'm, going through.
What do you recommend to a mom that had just her baby a few months ago? What would you tell them, and how would you recommend them to get back on track to their routine before they had the baby?
Well, first off, congratulations. I know that it is a very exciting and rewarding and, challenging, time. So my advice would be, do what you can do. I know that, for me, like I said before, sometimes it's just about parking my car a little bit further, at Publix, or going, for a walk, with my daughter, um, running around, with her in the playground, or, just kicking, the ball around. So for somebody that is, getting started, I would suggest just do it. You won't regret it. You always feel better, afterwards.
That's something. That's right. You'll never regret a workout, no matter how short or how long it is. You'll always be happy about it. So, when you were pregnant, which were your favorite exercises, and which are your favorite exercises now?
So, obviously, when I was pregnant, there were a lot of things that, I had to modify. And honestly, I just really focused on, cardio, light weights, and it was mostly lower body. Mhm.
And now, how do you keep yourself?
Now, now it's because I have a great trainer, but also now it's, of course, more intense cardio and more weights, more reps, and kind of really focusing, on my lower body, because that's really where I've struggled with, my entire life.
Well, that's good to know. So, right now, what are your goals now that you achieved everything you want so far?
So thank you, but I have not. I'm still definitely, a work in progress. I just want to kind of, continue to increase my water intake, increase um, my protein, um, get stronger, and healthier.
That's great. And you mentioned something before. You said you had days where you weren't as motivated and you weren't as happy
Mhm.
to eat your healthy meals and to go to workout.
Mhm.
How did you push yourself through that to get it done?
So I don't know if I always pushed myself, sometimes, some days, I was just like, I can't do it today, and that's okay. And I think that for me, shows a lot of growth and progress, and, being okay, because I used to be the type of person that would show up, if I was sick, if I was tired, if I wasn't feeling well, I would still show up at the gym and just do something. But, throughout the years, I've learned that it's okay to, listen to your body, to have a rest day, to not always need to go, to the gym. But, as far as some of the days where, I feel tired, I just know how I'm going to feel when I'm done. And do I always, have the best workouts? No. I mean, you've seen, me when you ask how I'm feeling, and I'm like, not so great. I didn't sleep well, and I'm very tired, and, but I still show up and I just do the best that I can.
Exactly. That's what we do. We show up and do the best while we can. That's
Hmm.
amazing. And on your right days, what is that you enjoy the most of the gym?
I love, the after, the results, even if they are, minimal, just the confidence you feel when you see, even the tiniest, of results, or you wake up feeling sore the next day. I love that when, I wake up and I can't move. It's hard to get out of bed. I'm like, yes, I did something right. But that is what I, enjoy the most and really, love.
That's amazing. Well, that's what we all like to feel that we're doing something, that we're achieving something. That sense of achieving something, it's like the best feeling that working out gives you as well. That's
Absolutely.
great.
Hmm.
Something that you would like to tell us, to recommend us to keep on pushing and keep showing up on our bad days.
Is just think about how you'll feel when it's over, when you put in, the work. And something that I do, like to do, especially at the gym, is where I get to listen to my music, a podcast, and that kind of helps, motivate me when I know that, oh, I have this new podcast to listen to, or, this, I like to listen to this type of music. It kind of, gets you going and motivates you. And also to set small, achievable goals for yourself. That's something that I have also, been trying to incorporate into my life, is to set, just small, goals for myself. And I think that's also really helpful.
That's amazing. So far, now that you've been through all the process, which are the myths that you hear all the time that you have dismissed while being pregnant and now that you have your baby?
Some of the myths that I've heard are that, and I want to start off by saying that everybody's pregnancy is different, and everybody's journey and experience um, is different.
True.
And I think that's really, important to put out there, is that, everybody has like a different, experience and pregnancy. But I think that, you know, with doctors, approval, of course, and, the safety is, first thing of you, and your baby, that you can continue to work out the same way, a little bit different, of course, that you did before you got, pregnant. And also that you're not eating for two. I know I remember thinking like, oh, I'm going to eat for two, and, it's going to be great. And I'm going to go to all of these places and eat whatever I want. And that's not good for me or for the baby.
Yeah, no, actually, it's good you mentioned both of those because they're very common. I mean, if you're a person that has always worked out,
Mm-hmm.
there's not a reason unless your doctor tells you to stop your workout. Of
Mm-hmm.
course, you can slow or not slow down the intensity according on how your body is working throughout that
Sure.
time. And yes, you do not eat for two because the baby is just a little portion of it's a little bit portion of that, and the rest stays stored in you. And that's when the hard part comes after, when like, and you deliver your baby, and then it's just a little tiny beautiful thing that you get, and then the
Right.
rest stays in you. So yeah, those are two myths that definitely have to be shown and blown away because you just eat. I mean, you're eating for two, but you gotta give the good stuff to both of you. Not a
Absolutely.
hamburger, not three hamburgers just because you gotta eat for two.
Right. Absolutely. That's true.
Yeah. Talking about hamburgers, what's your cheat meals? That's fun to talk about.
Yes, cheat meals. So besides the Cold Stone, I do love anything like Italian or Mexican. If I'm going out to dinner, I usually try to indulge a little bit. So, I really don't like to restrict myself too much. Um, but also, I don't want to indulge too much either. Like I said, I think balance, self-control and balance is so important in so many different aspects of your life.
I mean, that's where you start. I mean, you can what you can control, which is one simple thing, it's your food,
Right.
because you're gonna be able to control the other things that come around.
Absolutely.
So yeah, I like your cheat meals. That's always fun to think about.
What are your cheat meals?
Oh my god, I have a sweet tooth. I love to eat anything that's sweet. I love it. And again, as you say, I'll go out and have my piece of cake, enjoy it. But
Right.
then I remember we were talking with you about this last time. It's just like you go, you enjoy what you're eating, but next day you're back on track. It's just like your body gets you
Right.
right back, and you're like, your body wants to eat the omelets, your body
Mhm.
wants to eat the oatmeal and the chicken and the salad and everything because it's your lifestyle.
Sure, absolutely. I mean, I remember, a few years back when I was just, figuring things out, and I would have a piece of cake and I would be thinking about it all night long. And it was not healthy. It was not a healthy way of, thinking about food. I would beat myself up for having that piece of cake, and I realized that it's okay.
How did you fix that? How did you get and tell yourself it's okay and you ate just a little piece? What made you change that mindset?
because I got confident in the fact that I wasn't on a diet, I was on a lifestyle. So I knew I had the tools to go back to, that healthier, way of eating, that it was okay. And I was able to give myself permission to, have that piece of cake or have, something else that wasn't, on my normal, everyday, diet.
I love what you just said. It's just like you have to remember this. You are on a lifestyle. You're not on a diet. That's an amazing way to see it. And of course, if that's your lifestyle, no matter what, you're gonna go back to what you were doing.
Sure.
That's actually that's I think that's a great advice for everyone that is probably fighting with that disorder of not being able to enjoy what they're eating.
Yeah, no, it's definitely been, a struggle, and it's taken, some time, some work on myself to come to that, conclusion.
That's amazing. Now, I think that's a great advice. I mean, here you're pointing something like self confidence.
Hmm.
You're talking about reward after working out, and
Hmm.
now you're talking about lifestyle. So I think we can point those three things as how we should see that how our relationship with the gym and eating healthy should be. So that's amazing. Is
Absolutely.
there anything you would like to add to this?
No, I think we pretty much, covered everything. I have really enjoyed, our talk. I hope that it was, very helpful, for someone out there that is, struggling or, thinking about, making some changes. Because for me, it's funny that my birthday was exactly a month ago today. And for my birthday, what I wanted was to put myself out there more and get uncomfortable. And this is happening exactly a month after that. So, thank you for providing me with that opportunity to fulfill, a goal, that I set for myself.
No, and thank you for nourishing me, nourishing everyone, because for sure you're an example to look up to. And like, I bet if everyone want to get in touch with you, get psychology.
Yes, I am still taking on clients for therapy. I love it. It's really very rewarding, and it's just, what I really have put my life's, work and passion into.
And it shows because you're applying everything you're providing your clients, you're applying it in yourself, and that's the great result they have. Thank you so much for being here.
Oh,
I'm
thank
thrilled
you.
for being able to share everything that I learned with you, and we're going to be making more of this for sure.
Absolutely. Thank you so much, Danny.
Thanks.